The Dome City is nothing less than incredible because it gives shelter to all of the factions, whether we're talking about berserkers, outlaws, clerics, alp separatists, you name it. And on their own, in their own element, these people would try, or these factions, or the people belonging to factions would try to kill each other, backstab, cheat, you name it. But in here, no matter how fragile this piece is, it still exists. And I avoid to say that it works because it doesn't necessarily work, but it does exist, so it can happen. It's not great, and day by day, little by little, they start to fall even more apart, right? They start to have even more grudges. But that's not just limited to, say, the city itself. It's also a product of the fact that they are kind of locked in here, so they don't have the freedom to go in and out. So it's easy to get claustrophobic when you stay in one place for too long and you see the same people every day, especially if they have different ideologies than you do. But this does give me hope. It gives me hope that something like this could just work. It just needs a little push. It just needs someone to make good decisions that don't necessarily favor one person or one faction over the other. But the truth is that I'm still prejudiced, and not just me, but all the people in here. We all are prejudiced because we haven't seen anything different. We are so used to the idea of judging the people by the faction they belong to. When I see an outlaw, I can't know who he is. So the first thing that comes into my mind is, oh yeah, he's a scumbag. He's probably going to try to cheat and steal, and he'll be up to no good, and he'll probably be causing trouble. If I see a cleric, I'll think, oh, I just hope he's not going to pray to Kalan and give me some Kalan bullshit. If I see a berserker, I'm going to wonder, is he going to be bothered by my technology? Is he going to, just be so brainwashed to believe in those old berserker laws, and so on and so forth. Now, I think that what we need to do is keep an open mind. If we are going to make a difference here, we need to give each individual the chance to show who he is, right? And try to make fair decisions. But decisions that will ultimately lead to the protection of this place, right? I'm not trying to break it apart. I'm trying to continue to build it, but with the help of everybody, not just one person or the other. It's going to be tough. I don't expect to make the best decisions or to be correct about everything, but I will really think about it. I will give it a good thought. Kaja, if you would like, you should advise me however you think is correct. Now, I suggest that we go and speak with Alois so we learn something about this faction that controls. Oh, I kind of thought there was somebody dead here. It was just a piece of cable. I want to learn more about the clerics. I mean, they're in charge here, right? They took this responsibility, and I want to know exactly what their role is, what they think they are doing, what they think they should be doing. Do they still believe in Kalan, and so on and so forth? Those are the big questions. Are they splintered from the Horde? Are they separated? Do they have their own autonomy? Do they want to build an autonomy away from the Horde? Right, thank you for blowing your nose right in front of me as I'm passing through. You are a peach. Okay, mister. You look like a judicator. I have questions.
Yes? Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
Hello? Yes, I agree. I'm fully on board with you. The question is, are you that leader who can make the change and bring everybody together? I suppose that you may be the kind who chooses instead to maintain the status quo, given that I think this situation has been like this for a while. But fear not, brother. I am here to help.
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
I wouldn't have expected the clerics to care so much for others. You're doing good work here.
Some of our brothers turned away from our oath. They believe the Hort and Ignadon must come before anything else. But what is a cause without conviction?
Right, that was what I was concerned about. What is still your connection to the Horde? If you're still very attached to it and you get all your orders from them, then it's not really going to accomplish much in the long term. I think maybe the problem is that the clerics are the ones who are in charge, and it's not because they're clerics, it's because it's the one faction trying to rule all these different types of people. The people who believe and want different things altogether. So, yeah, I'm not sure to what extent we could maybe see to making some kind of council where everybody has a place to voice their concern. Anyway, I'm thinking too far. Let's backtrack a little bit. Hello. Let's start with the basics. Yes.
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the Albs. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
I can imagine.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried, yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background, however hard our residents make it for us.
I agree, and I'm willing to help and work on that neutrality. But then again, it will be difficult because there's so much prejudice. And it's possible to think that not everybody who's here wants the same thing, right?
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade? Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule was broken, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes keeping our oaths. And an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers. That makes it my duty to see that oath is kept.
Right, well, that sounds fair. Very fair and square. Tell me about the situation, though, from your perspective.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an Alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Right, so tensions are high. That's not a good sign. We need to do something to appease the people. Well, the best way to do that is to listen to them and hear what kind of problems they have and try to solve some of those. Maybe if not necessarily in a macro plan, at least for each individual.
Why have things become so bad?
Yes, a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Right, I hear you, but the thing is, the fact that we are in the middle, that also means that we have a chance to show the rest of the factions that that what we have here can work. It can be a future. We can show them, we can lead. That's the thing, we can lead. So we shouldn't look at it just as a burden, but also as an opportunity.
Is there something I can help you with?
We all need help at times. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
Yes, I've already heard about this from Paige. I agree, and I think we should avoid giving outlaws any kind of weapons, or anybody. Avoid any sort of armed conflict that will lead to nothing but more useless deaths.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery.
I'll do it, Brevs. I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of that problem for you.
Good. Very well then. Your target is a woman. Her name is Paige. Get her talking and hope that she brings you in on her plan. Take these shards. You may need them to buy yourself some trust. You'll have to find Paige yourself. She's a slippery customer, and we've lost track of her.
You have? She's kind of easy to find. I've met her already.
I've already met Paige.
You have? And did she tell you anything about her contact? As soon as you get those weapons or any information, just make sure you bring them to me.
Understood. You know what, Kasia, I think this is a great opportunity for us to, show Eloise here that we are worth our salt and that we are willing to work and improve this place. So let's start doing this simple task. Well, simple I say. This first task and get things going.
That is
get the
pretty
wheels
suspicious.
spinning.
I could help you get your weapons.
You? A cleric?
Yes.
Well, need makes strange bedfellows, but you'll have to show me that I can trust you. How about you give me a down payment? A sort of security deposit, and I'll go with that. Don't worry. You'll get enough back as payment if you complete the deal to offset your deposit. How does that sound?
It sounds fair and square. I'll do it.
You can trust me.
Pay me, and I will.
You know what? This may actually be a good opportunity to use suggestion. Now, normally, I think suggestion is morally in a gray area. But, using it against an arms dealer, it's not like it's going to cause much harm. It's not like I'm trying to convince her to join the Horde and fight for the clerics. Just want to convince her that I'm friendly and I don't need to pay 100 shards. Not as if that would be a problem, but just for the kicks of it, I suppose.
You don't need a payment. You will just trust me.
Right. Trust you. Sure. Now that I think about it, you do look trustworthy. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Alright, so an unstable old separatist by the name of Radok. Do you know where he is? What's his location?
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Okie doke. Let's go, Kasia.
Don't take it personally.
Hey you, I heard you speaking to Eric. He gave you an energy regulator for the dome, right? Give it to me, will you? Very soon now, you're going to need the right sort of friend, and giving that to me will earn you that.
Mister, are you out of your mind? That energy regulator is very important for the defense of the city. If I give it to you and you fuck it up, and you will fuck it up, because what are you going to do with it? That could mean, it could mean the people here are defenseless, which is terrible. Fuck no, I'm not giving it to you. But I'm curious as to why you want it. What do you intend to do with it?
Why do you want the regulator?
Haven't you noticed the tension here? All the anger and the plotting? It scares the hell out of me. So I want a way out of here if things go wrong. A sort of back door. I want to modify the regulator so I can drop a section of the dome and get out if things go bad. Let me modify it. Then I'll give it back to you so you can get it to where it needs to be. You've got to see why I'd want a way out, yeah? So do we have a deal?
No, that is a terrible, terrible idea. Hell no. Though I'm curious how important this is for you. How much are you willing to pay just to test the waters here?
What's in it for me if I help you?
A cleric who is ready to take a bribe? Finally, one of you prepared to take a wider view. I respect that attitude. What do you think about 100 shards?
100 shards, he says. Well, I know that you are really insignificant. What? By the amount you offered, I can tell you're just a scrawny kid trying to make a bad decision here. If you were to offer like 2,000, then I would know you were up to no good, right? But yeah, thanks. I'm not going to do that, by the way.
I won't give you the regulator.
Then you've blown your chance. And don't come back to me and ask for help when no one will let you out of here.
Don't worry, kid. Everything is going to be alright. I'll make sure of it.
Did you flee here from the desert?
Flee? No. But to live in Tavar, you need shards. And despite my talents, I wasn't one of the Duke's favorites, and that made making a profit hard.
Right, so you're on the Duke's shit list. That kind of makes you, or puts you on my good list. Anybody who's against the Duke or the Duke doesn't like, yeah, it's kind of the enemy of my enemy type of deal. Right, kid. I'll remember you, I think.
You think it's better here?
Yes, for sure. For me, at least. And those berserkers are the worst for it. One of those assholes killed my friend for fun. Now that bastard is focused on me and nobody's helping me. Even though they know it'll be their turn next, and keeping their head down won't save them.
What? Somebody killed your friend? That sounds like something I should investigate.
Who is this berserker that's giving you trouble?
Brabak. A bull of a man and twice as ugly. Bone-breaking bastard.
About Brabak. Leave Brabak to me.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. No, actually, I don't want a cleric going anywhere near him. I'll end up in trouble with Alois, and that'll be almost as bad. I'm screwed either way.
No, kid. It's going to be alright. I'll help you, trust me.
Where can I find Brabak?
He's usually near the inn. Just follow your nose. If it smells like piss, you found him.
Right, so I get the feeling this Brabak is a bully and is bullying this kid here. And if there's one thing I don't like, are fucking bullies. So I'll give him a peace of mind. Right, so I'm supposed to find this arms dealer somewhere in the northeast by the wind turbine that is not functioning anymore. I see the turbine, alright. Kaja?
I heard he was robbed.
Let's just make sure we work on these things. I'm not looking to spend too much time fighting, perhaps. So anything that's easy we can kill on the way just to make a couple more shards is something I approve of. Let's not try to fight too difficult things.
We will fight together.
This is a nice place.
Well, everywhere where there's greenery and water it's usually a nice place. But I'm glad that you like it too. Wait a moment, I don't think I'm going the right way. This kind of looks like that place with the Alps. Nope, I am in the wrong place. Right. let me figure it out. Didn't we say that?
All that technology, and yet they build such ugly buildings.
But you know how it is. I mean, once you've built something, it's kind of hard to demolish it, to rebuild it. Lori Statons. Why does that sound familiar to me? Hold on, something just came to mind. The name Lori sounds familiar. Let me read this real quick. Can you please just leave my machine alone tonight? I am working on a story about infinite skies, and I'm at a crucial stage. I know you like to use this sometimes, but I need it to finish copying the data over. Please leave it running. Lori. Right. Wasn't Lori the reporter looking into infinite skies? I did find her her audio logs or whatever they were. Back on the coast, down south or west. Man, I can't even remember. Oh, it was south in Tavar. Right, I remember now. Let me check real quick. 1 second, please. Yes, yes.
The interview with Infinite Sky.
Yes. Wow. So I'm back on Lori's track then. It sounds to me like she has actually acquired...
My name is Lori Stetton, and I'm reporting to you direct from the Infinite Skies complex on Rocky Coast. Just an hour ago, this entire facility was shut down by the environmental authorities, and authorities have opened an investigation into the executive management, with Infinite Skies standing accused of covering up leaks and environmental pollution on a scale unprecedented in the history of this coastline. Legal insiders are already talking about a multi-billion settlement that could see the company face closure. We'll bring you more details as soon as they are released.
Right. So, Infinite Skies is somehow connected with pollution. And I wonder if it has something to do with this complex over here that is so radiated, right? That I couldn't get in. Okay, so I still don't know what sort of company Infinite Skies is. But I'm glad that I'm back on Lori Statton's track. Oh, maybe I can get more information about them. Don't worry, Lori. I don't know how many hundreds of years have passed, but I won't let you down. Eventually, we'll uncover the truth. Okay. Hello? Oh, Radok. This is the guy I was supposed to talk to, the Alp Separatist, who is trading weapons.
Got it.
And he's got explosives, what I was looking for. And there are a bunch of dead clerics. What gives? Radok's report. Hold on. I found something interesting. I'm sorry, I keep stopping to read everything, but this may be...
My name is...
important. This may actually make a difference. You know, context matters, man. Okay, Radok's report. The actions of the free people are confusing to me, but whatever the cause, their actions serve our purpose. Their conflicts drain resources in personnel and material rather than focusing their strength against us. The clerics are probably the best of our opponents. They understand us better than the others. They are extremely tenacious. Even now, some of their soldiers are pursuing me. I shall head southeast before they can before they can find me, I guess, or catch up to me. Alright. So for some reason the clerics are chasing this guy, but I couldn't find out why. Maybe I should ask him. But still, I mean, this guy has killed a bunch of clerics. That doesn't necessarily sit right with me. Even though I don't particularly believe in Kalan or Kalan's religion, they are still my people in a sense. And seeing that I'm their superior, basically, I am pretty much responsible for them.
You once possessed great Elex abilities, didn't you? You're probably a soldier from Zakor, possibly even a commander, but you are now free from Elex, and from the orders that come from the heart of Zakor. Have you come here to die like the clerics that I just killed? Or are you here to trade?
Mister, why have you killed these clerics is my question. I'm not particularly here to fight you, but I would like answers.
I'm not here to fight you.
Good. That would benefit neither of us. I have traveled alone since I left Zakor, and I wish to remain so. Still, if you have information to give me, that would be useful. Information and shards are what an alb needs to survive in the lands of the free people. Not that either of those things help these clerics keep their lives.
Tell me about the fight with the clerics.
They are fanatics. They attacked me without question. I was left with no choice but to kill them. Well, I killed two. There are two others nearby who are prolonging their lives by hiding. What does that mean to you? Are you bound to the ways of the clerics?
Yes, and the fact that you attacked them doesn't really sit right by me. But at the same time, I don't know why the clerics have attacked you. I mean, what reason did they have? Was it merely prejudice? Was it something that you did? I don't know, and so I would like to not attack and maybe investigate, ask more questions. Maybe I can get to the bottom of this.
I make my own decisions.
Logic will always show the way. But I have business to conclude before we speak. It seems there are two followers of Kalan nearby who are anxious to see their god in person. And I must send them on their way. Quickly, decide. Will you stand with me in battle?
Fuck no. Hell no. No, I'm looking to solve this conflict, not enforce it, not take part in it.
This is none of my business.
You disappoint me. For if you don't stand with me, that must mean you are my enemy.
Oh, mister. I mean...
That was great.
Wow, lady, I really like you. I was confused about what this guy was doing. I'm sorry, Kaja, well done. That was very impressive. Damn. Where have you been all my life, really? Anyway, yeah, he attacked irrationally, and I don't know why these guys attacked him. I need to ask questions.
Now the Alb is dead. Kalan's will has been carried out. Here, a symbol of his mercy. Now, it is time to take the fight to Zakor. May Kalan guide your path in safety until the Albs are defeated.
Yeah. Kalan. Whatever, man.
He ran. That dog really believed he could get away from us. Separatist or Alb, they're all impure. And he paid the price with blood. We're leaving this position as soon as the troop commander gives the signal. If you need something from him, you should speak to him now.
Wait. Which one is the field commander? Cadet. Acolyte. Stop.
Good luck.
I am your superior officer, and definitely whatever the commander is you have, he's superior too.
Kalan's will be done.
Man, please tell me that you guys didn't attack the separatists out of prejudice. Ay, Chihuahua, I think you may have. You guys. Terrible. Do you see what I mean, Kaja? This is why we have to make the Dome City work. I mean, this prejudice is more toxic than whatever Elex the Albs are consuming. It is just warping the views of everybody into attacking
We had
senselessly.
more time to spend here. Maybe after it's all over.
Man, that guy could have been useful. He could have been a resource. We just needed to find a purpose for him. Or he could have just found a purpose for himself given the chance, which he didn't get. What the hell are you guys doing? I don't know. Alright. Anyway, getting back to our own business, I have found the weapon supply cache. I'm just going to go present it to Alois and get a resolve on this matter.
Hey, have you got a few shards for a veteran? Help me out and I'll tell you about the city.
Give him the shards. He really needs them, and we could do with some information.
Of course, brother. I always want to help. Glad to help.
There, take this.
Thanks. Thank you. Oh, I won't forget this. And since you have helped me, I'll make sure my contacts hear about it. You help me, I'll help you. Come back in a few days, yeah? I'll have something that might interest you.
Tell me about the city.
Right, well, where to start? First off, a lot of people are avoiding the north of the city. This place always has something going on, but right now, there's really something brewing. That means the north isn't exactly welcoming unless you're a thug. The western section's safer. You're okay there as long as you don't break the law or look funny or say something the clerics don't like. The southern part, well, that is really quiet. Nothing really happens there, but wherever you are, you should know the clerics are watching. Alois, he runs this place and he hates thieves and beggars and trouble causers and pretty much anyone. He thinks he's God's messenger or something, and that means he's got one big old stick up his ass. So don't piss him off. If you ignore anything else, don't ignore that advice. Don't piss off the clerics. There now, you are fully informed.
Right. Well, thank you for the information. I just don't think I agree with all of it. I mean, the clerics are the protectors and defenders of the city, so it stands to reason not to piss them off. But the old man Alois here, I think he's done a pretty good job so far, or at least I know he's done his best. And he kept this place from completely disintegrated, so that is impressive in of itself. I dealt with the weapon delivery thing.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. I have what you wanted.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope that the goods are all here.
Look for yourself.
Good. I wanted the whole shipment intact. Here, your reward. Ah yes, the weapons dealer. How is he doing? Is he still alive?
The dealer is dead.
Good. Kalan's judgment is ever present. You have my thanks, and I'm sure Kalan's as well.
Oh man. That's what the beggar meant about him being the god's messenger. Yeah, bros. This is why I don't think that the clerics should be in charge, or anybody for that matter. You know, we should come together and form a council. The berserkers, the outlaws, the clerics, the separatists, and me. And yours truly, of course. I want to be part of that. And then we'll have like 5 people deciding and offering a way for others to share their opinions and try to improve this together. Okay, I'll stop. I know I said enough already. So tell me what else is brewing here, old man.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse, and to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
Right, so it sounds like you have a problem with the Thieves Guild. So there's a Thieves Guild here, eh? I will look into it, old man. Let me see what this help letter is about. Maybe it's somehow relevant. Dear City Administration, so this is a letter addressed to the Dome City. We need your help. The wildlife in this area is really hostile, and there are mutants in the caves of the mountains. They are endangering our personnel and devastating the harvest. If we are to provide food to the city, you have to send help. If you don't, I fear we may not survive long enough to get you the supplies you want. In the service of Kalan, Hubert. I don't know who Hubert is, but Falk and I kind of helped a farm south of here at some point. I wonder if it's related or not. Okay, so since we are looking for a thieves guild and you can't find it, I'll try to ask around and try to look around. What is this place? I mean, is there a way to get down there?
Will you just leave? That's it. Get the hell out of here.
Right. Well, since I'm here and trying to help Kaja, I want to make a difference, but at the same time, I don't really want to steal from these people because I believe in this cause. And it's not like I really need the money anyway, so I propose that whatever is there that is forbidden...
Who's there? It's about time.
I don't take it. We don't take it. So everything that is available, that's okay, fine, no problem. But all the forbidden things we stay away from. Just to be nice and fair.
This is me, Herbert, broadcasting from the orbit to bring a warning to all free people out there. Stay safe in the wilderness.
Right, it's the radio guy we met. Nice to see that he's still trying to convince people about Kalan and whatnot. Gottfried. I think they should also extend to not pickpocketing people. I don't want to cause any problem and give the suspicion or the impression that the Thieves Guild is still operating here, or that they're causing more trouble than they currently are.
Just a moment, I have to concentrate. 43 degrees eastwards at a distance of 5 kilometers. Maybe I could adjust the receiver's sensitivity to... No. Although,
Should I come back later?
No. I've already lost my train of thought. I would have hoped a cleric would have had more consideration. But, crap. I don't suppose you can remember what I said. How many degrees was it?
Right. I'm sorry for interrupting you, mister. That was 43 degrees eastwards.
43 degrees eastwards.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay. Anything I can do to help you, perhaps? I'm good with technology.
I assume you are in charge of communications?
You aren't just a good listener, you're good at observation, too. Yes, I am responsible for communications. Though the condition of this equipment is wretched, it would be easier to stay in contact with 2 tin cans and a piece of string. I can't keep track of how often we have power outages or equipment failures these days, but I have really given you enough of my time now. I do have to work out a solution to this issue. If you feel the need to talk to someone, go and try Vito. Innkeepers are known for their chatter.
Innkeepers, alright, Vito, I'll try to keep it in mind.
Where can I find Vito?
Look around out for the rat hole of a dive serving alcohol. There are 2 things Vito lives for. Alcohol and conversation. Well, that and the shards to pay for them. I digress. Go now and seek him out and leave me to my thinking.
Not bad.
Alright, old man, if you say so, I will respect your wishes. Whoa, this is a rather big hole. Is this like a place of prayer, judging from this altar that sits right here? I don't want to disturb it. I'm not a believer, but I don't want to mess with the people who are. Sword of the Advent. That looks important. Is this any good? It may be, but it still requires a lot more dexterity than I have. And it deals lightning damage. Ooh, that's something different. This weapon allows very heavy and hard attacks. Hundreds of tamed souls have been... some word I can't pronounce with the sword. Have been electrocuted, let's say. According to the legend, its owners can hear the pitiful screams of all the victims at night. That may not be the best way to sell me into using this.
No.
Okay, so I guess we can make a little bit of an exception for looting this chest, because nobody seems to care about it. It's not like it had anything very valuable in it. Anyway. Let's look around, maybe we can find some more information about those thieves. And don't look at me, Kaja, I'm not doing anything. Anything that bad, at least. Okay.
You should heal those wounds. Good. That's the right decision.
I'm sorry, I was just looking around. And I'm back to the main hall. Okay, no problem.
What? Who's there?
So I was given a tip to talk to Vito the Innkeeper about more information about this place.
Am I crazy?
And I think that may be a good idea. Innkeepers are generally great for asking questions about a place you've just arrived in.
I didn't do anything. What do you want with me this time?
Nothing, brother.
Absolutely nothing.
Don't tell me nothing. I don't believe that. Not for a second. You clerics act like this city belongs to you. Screw you. Screw your faction. Screw all the factions. Take me to your damn suggesters or leave me alone.
What is it that you're planning?
What's that got to do with you? You expect me to trust you just like that?
Something's bothering this person. Maybe I'll come back and ask him again in the future. Once I know more about the situation here. You know what? I want to see what Paige has to say about me breaking our deal. I hope she's not too mad about it.
Do you have my delivery?
No.
You can forget it.
Well, with that tone, I can imagine what happened.
Just get out of here. Go on. Just go.
Right, so she didn't scream at me. She didn't try to slap me or anything. That went better than expected. This looks like a place to get a drink. And more of these attention thieves flyers.
You can forget it, Brabak.
That has to happen
I serve
sooner or
everyone
later.
here.
Save yourself some work.
Not
and
again.
Some pain by doing what I say.
Nobody
Let
listens
those
to me.
assholes drink piss from the gutters.
They say that
and
the
you
pilgrim
keep your
Thorold
supplies
has
for the
answers,
real
but who knows?
So that
What do
didn't
you
work.
care who I serve? I still serve
Well, the
you,
dude
even
took
though
the
the other
fort from
people
Bloody
complain about
Baxter.
it.
So you are taking their side, are you?
As he wishes.
I'm on
You should do
nobody's
it.
side. I'm just getting on with my job.
You
They
had
say
better
that, but
reconsider
you know they
this.
collect Elex for
Reconsider
themselves.
what? One wrong word and the clerics will throw you
Frankly,
out of the
they
city.
should be showing more
We'll
respect.
do us both a favor and calm
There's
the
nowhere
hell
near
down.
enough Elex out there for
This
that.
isn't over. I will come back.
When you do,
Really?
make
Now?
sure you bring some shards. I'm sick of giving
They say
credit.
that
I
the
need to
pilgrim
change,
Thorold has
alright?
answers, but who knows?
That has to happen sooner or
So
later.
this is the
Those ruins are
infamous
still full of
Brabak,
useful
who's a
things. I'm staying
bully
out
if
of
I was
the
in
right
trouble.
places.
And who's been bullying that little kid. Let me see if I can have a word with him.
Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
I'm fine. I'm not really here for a drink.
Forget it.
You listen. You are getting a drink with me, and you're getting one now. Seriously. No one refuses that offer.
No thanks, really. I prefer better company when drinking.
You're an asshole.
What the? I was being hospitable there. Now you're opening your mouth and inviting someone to shut it. And I am so close to plugging it for you. But because you're new, I'll give you a chance. One final chance. If you get the next round, we'll stay good friends. So, what'll it be? Are you gonna take it in the teeth or feed it to the liver?
And this is a little bit of a tough one, I think, because first of all, I need this guy to confess to me that he has been bullying Riley and potentially other people too. And if I just get into a fight with him, I'm concerned that I might accidentally kill him. So the best way I think to get this guy talking is to get him drunk. So let's do that, in fact.
The next round's on me.
There. That's how we beat the Alps. A word from me, and they'll piss their bladders dry.
Why aren't you in Adan with the other berserkers?
Fuck the berserkers. I don't have anything more in common with them. They would have exiled me to the valley sooner or later, so I beat them to the punch and left. Fuck them and their laws. You can have it much easier here. And if you want to earn something for nothing, try fighting one of the outlaws here in the domed city. Those assholes always come off worse. Just ask Riley. He knows it's time for him to take another beating.
Right. Well, thanks for confessing. That makes things a lot easier.
Why do you want me to fight Riley?
It's about time someone pays him a visit. Now, you're the one to do it. That lying shit is telling people I killed a family out in the Badlands. Total fucking bullshit. I killed 5 families out in the Badlands. Parading around out there. Hardly a weapon between them. Like they wanted to die. Those dipshits got themselves killed. And now, Riley spread it all around the dome. He's even got some of the guards believing his yabber. But if someone else were to shut him up, I'd be in the clear, and those guards would be off my back. Take care of him, and I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're a scumbag. Trash.
You need to learn respect for others.
What? You think I'm a child? So piss off, or I'll give you your head on a plate.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times.
You can try.
I'm gonna give your whore of a mother a reason to cry. Come here.
Okay, well, since he's the one attacking me, I don't have a problem with kicking his ass.
Finally, says.
Yeah. I think this guy had it a long time coming.
All right. You've made your point, so leave me alone.
You had better leave people alone from now on.
I got it.
Alright. I hope you're not going to cause any more trouble, because that next time I won't be so lenient.
From now on, keep your hands off the outlaws.
And if I don't?
Then you'd better find a bodyguard before I come back for you.
All right, fuck it. You get your wish.
Smart decision.
From a stupid man. Okie doke. Let's look around some more, see whom else we can find. Get some information from.
If you steal, you die.
I am not going to steal out of pure principle. I'm going to stick to those principles. Just in this one particular exceptional case, I want this place to work. Hello?
Hey, you're new here in the city, right?
Yes.
Yes, I've just arrived.
I thought so. I saw you come through the gate, you see? Anyway, I want to ask you something, if that's alright. Have you been to Adan recently? To the Berserkers' city of Goliath, to be exact. A good friend of mine is still there.
Yes, I've been through Adan not too long ago.
Who was your friend?
His name is Kral. He's a guard at the Mana Shrine. At least, he was when I left. He thought he still had a chance to save his brother, Grimar, from the Alb Converter. Do you know what happened to him?
Yeah, I do. He failed. That's what happened. Sad story, really.
Kral is dead.
No. Shit. Maybe if I'd stayed... You know, I was even planning how I could get to Goliath to see if I could get him out of there. I had this feeling something bad would happen to him. First his brother and then him. A curse on all of Idan. And thanks anyways.
No problem, brother.
Tell me about your life in Idan.
Me? I was a worker at the pit. You know, I extracted Elex from old machines so it could be transmuted into mana. I always wanted to join the Hooded Crows and learn the art of magic, but it wasn't to be. My parents forbade me from trying. My clan told me to stop trying. Not that any of that stopped me. And that's what got me banished. I stole mana from the shrine to try and learn magic myself. And I got myself caught. They sentenced me to exile in the Valley of the Damned, but I escaped. I'd seen the Domed City when I was sent on patrol, so when I left Idan, this was the place I thought of. And here I am.
So it is possible for you to escape the exile from the Valley of the Damned. And this is a good alternative, because I kind of hesitated before when faced with the same dilemma. And I was wondering where could you possibly go, right? But now there is a viable alternative if you don't want to join any of the factions. You are smart to come here, I think. We just have to work together and improve our lives here. But what about Berserker magic? Do you know some?
I would like to learn Berserker magic.
Well, it's pointless asking me. I didn't manage to learn anything useful before I was exiled. The Berserkers won't teach magic to outsiders, especially not a cleric. The Berserkers won't allow clerics into their ranks. They don't believe in technology or in religion.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So Vivian sent me, she's looking for somebody to help her with the mechs and the AI. Do you think you could be such a person?
Vivian sent me.
Is it about the technician job for the clerics?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm interested, but I'm not sure that this is the job for me. I mean, I've not had much to do with technology. I've tried to learn since I came to Abessa, but I'm still only just starting out.
So, now you've left Idan. What do you think about the clerics?
I'm grateful they let me in. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them. I'm not a berserker anymore. I live here.
What experience do you have with technology?
Well, back in Goliath, I used to take machines apart. There aren't many I've not seen from the inside. Strange, really. My job used to be to get rid of technology, but now all I want to do is put it back together. The clerics make some incredible things. I mean, just look at the dome. That's an amazing feat of engineering.
I know, right? I feel the same way about it. It's incredible. It's definitely some sight to behold.
If you get orders you don't like, will you run away from here like you did from Idan?
I don't know. But the clerics don't ban some people from doing some things and not others. If I want to learn about technology, they'll let me. They're the same with everyone.
I've heard enough.
Okay. Right. I'll see you then.
I saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
I'm a cleric, dude, but that's really none of your business.
That's none of your business.
Then it sounds like you got in here illegally. As much as the clerics claim to control the gates, they really don't seem to be able to stop people getting in. And by that, I don't just mean you. Can you believe it? There are fucking Albs in the city.
Sorry, you just hit me with that fucking racist shit. And it took me a while to get back to it. It's like, I don't know. I got stunned for a second. Anyway. Let's see whom else we can talk to. Right, so there was not supposed to be much happening in this part of the city, but what about this other part? Nira's records. Hold on, this may be interesting. What is that and what does it mean? Nira, an Alp separatist. I imagine the one who was working on that thingy mech over there by the records. Nira's records. Living among the free people of the Dome City, I realize how much I detest them. Uh-oh. For anything they do, they require payment. It has taken persistence to acquire the few primitive tools that I have obtained. This would be easier to overcome if it weren't for the emotions I am suffering. Frustration, anger, both unproductive and inefficient. The city is corrupt. It will take strength to survive here and to further our cause. It sounds to me like she's not very happy here, and it may also be because of the Elex withdrawal, and also because, well, the free people's lifestyle is very much different from Albs and Alb separatists. But I should talk to her and hear her story.
What do you want from me, cleric? To drive me off? Or maybe even have me killed? You don't scare me. Your people are a plague upon this land. Although, there is something different about you. Do you usually spend time with people like us?
Yes, I actually am a little bit fond of the Alp separatists. I think they're logical and calculated, and they're usually pretty reasonable to talk to. You're the first one I've met who has very strong negative emotions like that.
I know a lot of Albs.
You do? There are few non-Albs who can say that. We could use more people who speak for us. Their free people fear us. That is an obstacle to our survival.
I believe it. I mean, there's a lot of prejudice going on. I think you guys are great. You just need for them to get to know you, that's all.
Vivian sent me about the technician job.
I am without question the best candidate they will find. Therefore, selecting me is the logical choice. But I need proof that the clerics are really willing to work with me. If I am to work for the clerics, then I would like to be paid. The free people seem to value shards above all things, and so payment would be proof that they take me seriously.
Of course, that only stands to reason. You should get paid to match your skills. That's the way we do things. But tell me about yourself first.
What are your qualifications for this job?
I served as the battlefield technician for my unit in Zakor. I have already discovered errors in the AI systems of the clerics' mechs, and I would be able to modify them. Even the dome isn't running as efficiently as it could. That is another thing I could improve.
That is a very strong resume. Out of all the people I've interviewed so far, you are probably the best candidate, yes. Not the safest candidate, mind you. I think the safest candidate would be the Berserker guy. The Berserker guy seems to get along better with people. And I think people skills are also important, not just your knowledge about mechs. Yes?
Do you think you can work with the clerics?
I think it would be better if this city was led by an alb or a machine. But I understand that it isn't up to me to determine this. So yes, I could imagine working with them in the existing circumstances, despite their inefficiencies.
Okay then, I'm willing to give you a chance, I think. And you are a little bit expensive, but I think your skills match what you say. I do like Alp separatists and how proficient and professional they are, actually. Just don't go around saying that you hate free people. That is not going to get you very far.
You will get your payment.
Good. Then tell the clerics I can begin work immediately.
Wow, that was a serious waste of time, wasn't it?
Stop being an asshole.
Okay, hello?
You don't feed the belly, the rest of the body will die.
Hey,
It's you.
Yes, Frank. It's me, Jax.
I heard they shot you down. That you were dead. Apparently, that was wrong. But if you're here, does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you would be very welcome.
You mean support the Alp separatists? Yes, I do believe I would like that. All the Alp separatists so far I've met, they have been reasonable, and I like that. And you know, reasonable is quite a high praise in a world where everybody usually tries to cheat you, scam you, and kill you. And that stands for all the factions, really, except for the separatists. They haven't tried to do any of that yet.
What cause?
We've broken free from Zakor, from being slaves to Elex. And we've worked, persuaded people to allow us into the city. And now we're here, we are working to be allowed to stay. Would you be willing to help us?
Yes, I am.
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape it. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
I don't particularly believe in destiny, but I do believe there is something I can do to help you, perhaps.
What goods have you got?
Looks like you have some Alp magic, which I can't use, and natural Elex, which I don't need at the moment, so... Tell me about your situation.
It seems like you're tolerated here in the city.
That is exactly what we are. Tolerated. We are still a long way from being accepted.
If you still take Elex, can you ever really be free?
I understand your mistrust. But if you don't give us a chance to prove ourselves, then how can this war ever end? And that is what I see in this city. A chance to prove ourselves. This city is a place of freedom, but all the old suspicions remain. The outlaws claim they are being oppressed. The clerics say they are neutral, but they aren't. The berserkers, they don't seem to know what they're doing, apart from avoiding their laws. We are trying to discover who we are. I think people see that we are all here for a new start.
I definitely agree with that. I think not just you separatists, but all of us, well, most of us are trying to figure out who we are and how we fit here, and if we can actually live together. And I believe we can.
Do you need help?
It is good that you offer to help us. The berserkers are already trying to get us thrown out of the city. We need the protection offered by this place. We won't survive without it. We've persuaded people here that we are worth a chance. But there will always be those who won't see it that way. And the Albs and Zakor want us dead. If we're to stay, we need someone to get to Caleb and York. They are key to our future.
I've had the displeasure of meeting Caleb. Yeah, the guy is very much racist. Yes? Not good.
About the threat of you being thrown out of the city.
I haven't met York, though.
What is the problem with Caleb and York?
York is a berserker. He's accused us of spying for the Albs and Zakor. He claims he saw us handing over information about the shield generators. It's completely illogical. We are the ones with the most to lose if Zakor captures this city. But the free people are prisoners to emotion. It makes them doubt logic. They have already thrown one of our group out of the city. Now they are threatening the rest of us with the same fate. We are no friends of the Albs and Zakor. They would see us dead. We want this to be our home now. We need the free people to understand this.
I hear you, brother. I'm with you. I'll try to help if I can. I'll talk to this York person, see what he has to say.
I will help you.
Good. That is the response I wanted. It is best if you go straight to York. Caleb is already attempting further arguments to ensure our expulsion. But it is York's statement that has put us in danger. That lie underpins Caleb's argument against us. If people believe we are working with the enemy, we will be exiled from the city and left to die. But if York confesses his lie, then Caleb would no longer have the proof he claims. They would have no reason to expel us.
Then I will go and see if I can convince York.
Lost all of us.
Or at least I would like to hear his side of the story. I would like to believe Feng. He seems sincere and... yeah, I think this could work. Ah, York, I've been looking for you.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out, so you can just turn around and leave.
Mister, relax. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The free rations. The free rations, as if there would ever be free rations. Ah, but you're not here for that, are you? Then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... well, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerence between the berserkers and outlaws. Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed them. Why can't people just all work together?
You tell me, why are you trying to kick out one of the factions in this place without concrete proof?
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no, I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no questions asked.
So tell me, mister, do you do everything that Caleb says? You don't seem very happy about that.
Feng sent me.
Did he? Well, I don't have anything to say to those albs. This whole thing between Caleb and Feng is starting to get on my nerves. I shouldn't have said anything, okay? But what's done is done, and that's that.
Okay, then tell me exactly what you saw. I want to know.
Tell me your version of the story.
My version? I'm stuck between the two of them. I told Caleb in confidence that I saw Feng meet an alb outside the city. Could have been a separatist, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any more than that, but Caleb decided to tell the clerics. He convinced me that the alb Feng met must have been from Zakor. But I have no real idea who he was, or what faction he's with.
So let me get this straight. You trusted Caleb with confidential information, and he broke that confidentiality, and because he's a racist, he's trying to kick out the Alp separatists out of this place, and you do everything that he tells you to do. Huh. You can see where there's a problem with that. And kicking out one of the factions based on circumstantial, unproven theories is not exactly going to fly with me.
About the situation with the separatists.
Do you have any idea what I should do? I feel this is a mess.
Why? Well, I think you should tell the truth. That's what you should do.
Go to the clerics and tell them you made a mistake.
I can't do that. Caleb will call me a traitor. And for all I know, Caleb is right. That alb could have been from Zakor. What if Feng actually is an alb spy?
No. Innocent until proven guilty, unless you have irrefutable proof that Feng is actually a spy, we will assume he is not. If we actually want to work as a society and not just viciously murder and backstab each other with every opportunity that we get. And also stop listening to Caleb, yeah? He is racist.
You shouldn't let Caleb intimidate you.
You're right. I let him push me around even when we were living in Goliath. I was always following someone or other and doing what they told me. You're right. I've done Caleb's bidding without question for far too long, and where's it got me? I'll go to the clerics and tell them the Albs are innocent. You've helped me decide. Thank you. I will go to the clerics and do the right thing. I don't want someone to be thrown out of the city because of me.
That wasn't a good move.
It wasn't? I'm confused. Which part of that wasn't a good move? Explain, please? I guess not. I think it was a fair move. Look, even if Feng is truly a spy, without evidence, throwing him out of the city is simply unfair. And it's not just about this one situation, it is setting a precedence for this to happen. So it happened in this case, and next time, and next time, and next time, and everybody, you know, you accuse somebody of something and automatically that makes him guilty. No. You accuse somebody and then you go to trial and then you figure out if he's actually guilty. And until then, he is innocent. It's not his job to prove his innocence. That is ridiculous. And it pisses me off to even hear something like that.
You may remain in the city.
You managed to get Jorg to admit his lie to the clerics? That is good. It seems we can trust in the cleric's justice after all. Your service should be rewarded. That is half of my daily ration. I hope it is enough to show thanks.
Thank you, brother. What do you mean half of your daily ration? That was a lot. Even I don't make that much. That's kind of crazy. And a little bit suspicious, eh? I think so. One more thing that I want to do is I want to talk with Vito. I was told that Vito is a very important source of information. And of course the tavern keeper is always a good person to ask about the place.
Well, the Duke took the fort from Bloody
traveler.
Baxter.
Is your throat dry? Are your feet aching? Whatever your problem, I have what you need. One good swig will cure all worries, and that's guaranteed.
I heard about your fight with Brabak.
Ah, forget that guy. Every city has someone like him. You just have to ignore them. Let me know if I can do something for you.
That is true. Every city does have one asshole like that. Usually he tends to attack me, and, well, let's say every city has one less asshole like that. If you catch my drift.
Do you have any news to go with that drink?
News? I presume you're talking about news from in here. I don't hear anything much from the outside now the city gates are sealed. The future of the domed city is the only topic people are concerned about right now. That's pretty much all of the conversation. There's been peace in here for years, but right now, well, we're all set for things to boil over. And I don't want to say it's the cleric's fault. It's always easy to blame the people in charge, isn't it? But who else do we blame? The berserkers, the outlaws, the separatists? Me? I find it best not to blame anyone.
Smart man. I like you.
How is business?
Now that everyone is paying credit? Roaring. Not many people aren't happy to pay on credit. It's me that's holding the bill and hoping to get paid before I run out of supplies. Speaking of which, do you know where I can get any food supplies? I'll pay real shards to get more food supplies in.
Food supplies, you say? I do have quite a lot of food, yes.
Most people try to earn a profit in your situation, huh?
Try, yeah. Achieving is something different. I'd rather you get the supplies honestly, but if you take them from people who have too much, who am I to question it? But if you steal from those with nothing, then I don't want anything from you. I like to keep things honest.
It's not such a bad philosophy, I don't think so.
Do you want to trade?
Do we have anything interesting to trade? Oh, he's got a lot of liquor. Not that unusual for a tavern. And a little bit of food, just not so much indeed. And for some reason he has recipes for Elex potions. A little bit unexpected, I would say. No, I don't want anything at the moment.
Here, my thanks to you.
A strange key. That's a very strange gesture indeed. What is this about?
I don't understand. Why have you given this to me?
Any more? I cannot say. The mystery is key to this gift. Search out its meaning, and it will benefit you. Pass this test, and the secret will open to you.
Why are you making such a secret of it?
You will see when you find the meaning.
That is funny though. Hear that, Kaja? We have a mystery on our hands to solve.
That's all he ever talks about. I don't want anything.
Well, we'll look into that eventually. But I say let's finish with exploring this city. We have seen just about everywhere.
I have to go.
I suspect we only have one part left to explore, which is the part that's supposed to have nothing much going on for it, right? Just these bushes and whatnots. Right. Well, either way, we have taken on a lot of responsibility and we have many things to accomplish. I just hope that we can make the right choices and really help these people. And also, what is this strange hatch?